What's up, YouTube? It is Metro Game 75. Here today we're playing Sakura Adventure. Alright, I am back after a while back, but this time we're going to finish this game within this month, and then afterwards we're going to move on to the next visual novels. Alright, here we go. I feel pretty tired, therefore, when the sun rises and Mina hauls me out to bed. Put my clothes on barely, my eyes half lidded, and head over to the tavern with slowly shuffling footsteps. Once the three of us get there, we have breakfast. Or to be more accurate, Mina and Scarlet have breakfast. I feel too tired to be properly hungry. I can only be nibbling on a few more morsels, and I don't really taste them. I thought this yesterday when the three of us had dinner, but the food in this world is kind of bland. It's all pretty salty too. There's a lot of pastry and a lot of meat, and not very much else. I miss the elegant simple meals because I became accustomed to it in Japan. I'd love to have some miso soup right now, served with some fluffy white rice and bright yellow egg yolks. But I suppose I'll have to make do with some porridge instead. But that's all this place seems to have breakfast wise. This place doesn't even seem to serve any vegetables or any fruits. What's up with that? The diets of these people must have been seriously lacking in fiber. I'm busy mulling over this while half-heartedly spooning my porridge up to my limbs when Mina starts talking. So now three of us are up and awake, ostensibly speaking. She shoots me an art and damn look when she says this. We need to come up with a plan of action. Plan? Scarlet frowns. I don't know if I can get behind that. I beg your pardon? I like the action part of the statement, don't get me wrong. I have no issues with that. As Scarlet whirlwind of justice I'm always willing to crack, you supposing break a few bones. There's no better way to bring peace to the country. Is that really how it is? I'm not so sure about that. So I don't know if I care much about the planning part though. Plans are so boring. I'd rather not worry myself with all that stuff that overcomplicates things. I say we ought to start fighting monster prontos, and that's that. I should have expected you to say something like that. I did think from our first encounter that you were too simple-minded to put too much thought into your actions. Hey, this simple-minded box group here saved your fluffy butt back then. You should be a bit more grateful. I am grateful. I was grateful enough to let you join my party and to share a room with me and my inn. That does not mean that I am going to let you dictate the actions of this party, however. I am the one who put this party together, as its de facto leader ought to listen to me. If you dislike it, you are welcome to go on your merry way. Where should we go though? My last party got rid of me. Yes, I can see why. And now I who keeps diving headfirst into any and every conflict is nothing more than a burden. Are you calling me a burden? That remains to be seen. If you're gonna play my instructions, I might still let you stay with us. I just made you. You want me to obey? Is it? Scarlet grins and nudges me in the side with her elbow. I didn't realize you were into that kind of thing. What sort of thing? Domination, of course. And you want to be good, a little drudge? I'll do the best to beat your reputation of my Scarlet did. But let me warn you, I'm not that good in a subservient. Yo, like being dominant, that's crazy. First I was on this, now that. Okay. Oh, that's a pity. I think I prefer submissive girls. Oh, really? Now that's a surprise. I figured you sort of fool a little bit. But are you more fair than you look? I guess I must be. I wouldn't know though. I don't have to eat much of this. But I have my own taste. Same here too. There's something really nice about seeing a crowd party with a girl alone in there. You're right. That really is the best. Both Scarlet and I glance over at me. Mina meanwhile scowls. I have no idea what the two of you are battling about, but please do your best to listen to me. My goal is an important one. Oh? Scarlet looks at Mina curiously. What's that then? I embark upon this journey with one task in mind and only one. You see, Mina relies to Scarlet everything she told me the day prior about her being the one tasked to guard the princess of the temple, and about how the priest was kidnapped from under her very nose. Looking after the priest was my responsibility, no, my duty. At such a tragic state of affairs that I was unable to care for her. To repent, I have no choice but to transverse the land in search of her. I meant to find out who kidnapped her and rescue her. To do that, however, I need to lead us to train by taking on quests at the local guild, so we might be able to possess the wicked brigand and took her. I am certain that the thief must have been powerful mage themselves. It's doubtful that we'll be able to defeat them the way they are now. Our party's too experienced. Let me also be able to rectify that, though. What do you say? Are you going to join me in unlocking this strict trade regimen, no matter how difficult it might prove to be? Are you willing to stake your life, the very soul for its cause? If not, then I must resign. I really offer to let you know, but I do not need to get in the way. Oh, Scarlet listened to Mina's little sweet quietly in her hand, holding one of her lap. Once Mina has finished talking, however, she perks up. Does that mean you're going to journey to help kidnap the maiden? That is what I said, yes. I'm glad you were paying attention. If nothing else, it would seem that those ears of yours aren't just a show. Well, of course I wasn't paying attention. That was a pretty interesting story you just shared with me. I thought it was very interesting too. It sounded like Mina was really has been through a lot. Isn't it just a story? This could very well be a matter of life and death. For all I know, Luna's welfare could be on the line. I get that. I understand that you're worried about her, and I'm very worried about everything that happened. But going on the quest, especially with Bria, sounds like a lot of fun. I think you are being too lax about all of this. I do not know if I would call such a quest fun. But does that mean you are still willing to help despite knowing how high the stakes are? Of course I am. I wanted to join your party before, but I'm not even more fired up about it now. Only a true cur would turn down the chance of helping a kidnapped Prius. It's just like something from legend. As the Scarlet Whirlwind of Justice helping trouble maidens is more important than beating up monsters, I must uphold justice whensoever I can. So of course I need to do my very best. Rely on me, Mina. There's nothing the Scarlet Whirlwind of Justice can do. Now put her there. Scarlet extends her hand out towards Mina, perhaps meaning for Mina to shake it. Mina doesn't look too enthused about this idea, however, she eyes Scarlet off her hand partially, as though it's something diseased. She throws her bro. Then she says in icy tones which put Avalanche to shame. Yes, well, it remains to be seen whatever will be worthwhile ally or not. Are you got me, Mina? That would be the natural response. Yes, I've only known you for a day. Placing my faith in you and after so little time would be foolhardy. Well, I guess you have a point there. I always do. I do not mind if you want to tag along with Aki and myself, and do not slow us down. That is its full extent of the flavors tax from you. Nothing matters more than to me find little if you get in the way of the goal, and I will forgive you. I am the head of this party and I intend to run tight ship. I'm not going to give you any second chances, and that is a promise. Ooh, scary stuff. Skylar shudders and replied to his icy remarks. I can't say I blame her. I'm feeling pretty uneasy myself. I hope I don't prove to be a letdown. I really don't want to disappoint Mina. My goodness, bro. Well, with breakfast consumed and common goal hashed out, the three of us leave the tavern and head out to the town. According to Mina, we need to buy me a sword as soon as possible, so I won't be completely useless in the combat. I can't say I like being described as useless, but Mina does have a point. My reflexes may not be too bad, but I've never been trained in hand-to-hand combat. I'm no boxer. There's only so much I can do with my bare fist. I don't want to punch any monster to death. A sword would be unnecessary, but I'm journeying to go alongside Mina. We head on over to the blacksmith, therefore Mina leading the way. She has the blacksmith to show us his best swords. Then, when these prove to be slightly beyond our price range, she has him show us his second best swords. After a lot of deliberation and a lot of checking through our finances, Mina eventually settled on a silver blade with a golden hilt that she thinks will suit me well. She probably just got a lot of money from all of this, huh? It is rather light. The blade is tolerably sharp. You should be able to handle this well. I am trusting you with this package, so please do not disappoint me. This sword was expensive. If you cannot use it properly, it will be huge blows to our moral and to our finances. If there's one thing I hate more than monsters, it's wasting money. I mean, of course, everybody hates, but it has to be proved to good something, you know? Right. Let my fingers curl about the hilt of the new sword, my eyes downcast. I'll undo my best. The sword does feel rather light in my hand. The heft of it reminds me of the little kendo swords I used to handle. I was worried that the steel blade might be quite a large departure from what I'm accustomed to, but I think I could get used to handling a blade like this. It should be beyond my capabilities. It has been a while since I last did any kendo, however. Will I be able to remember all of my old techniques? I'm not too confident about that, but given Mina did spend rather a lot of money on this sword, I suppose I have no choice but to do my best. Failure isn't an option. If I screw up, I'm worried Mina might abandon me in panic. Then I'll never be able to go home. If I don't want to get stranded here, I need to get up my game. With my sword newly purchased and the partly wide funds looking below, three of us head over and over to the field. According to the meeting, if you want to practice our teamwork, we'll have to take down the quest and local guild. That way we'll be able to feel free for fighting. Get a free fighting bill for fighting as a trio, and be able to make some money on the side. The three of us step inside the guild with the bell chiming over the door as we do. A woman standing there behind counter with thick forearms and fair hair, which is tied back in a bun. The woman looked to be in her mid-40s. She has broader shoulders, a large nose, and a firm jaw. She isn't pretty, but she is handsome in a rugged sort of a way. The scar on her cheek, meanwhile, makes her look like a fierce Viking warrior. Is she a gilded mistress? I hang back feeling a little unawed of this imposing woman, but Scarlet doesn't look at all frightened. She strides towards the encounter, expression joyful, and says, "Hello, fair madam. It's a pleasure to make your acquaintance. Would you be the guild master of this humble town?" "Hey," the guild mistress replies after a pause, one beefy hand resting on her hip. "That's me. The name's Braun. It's like saying LeBron. And you lot are. Well, I'm Scarlet. Well, I'm glad you asked. I'm Scarlet Rowan of Justice, but you just call me Scarlet. And this here is Mina, and this is Aki. We're adventurers who are pretty new in this town. We're looking to defeat any wicked monsters that might have been prowling around. Do you have any tasks you can give us?" "Hey, Scarlet." Mina scowls at Scarlet, her eyes together. "I am the leader of this town, not you. I ought to be the one to make the introductions." "Oh, but it's not like it really matters. The end result will be the same regardless. Anyway, you mages are famous for being aloof and unlikable. If I figure Braun here would much prefer speaking to a buddy girly girl like me, isn't that right, Braun? Aloof and unthinkable, you have some nerve." Mina visually crossing in the background while Braun frowns. "Can't say I have preference for who I talk to, really. Business is business at the end of the day. I don't care how much you smile, it doesn't change what you're after. You're only here for my quest, not to make any acquaintance. Ain't that right?" Well, Scarlet smiles bashfully. I guess she wasn't expecting this straightforward response. That's true enough, I guess, but then you don't need to bother with the pretenses. I'm a strong woman and I couldn't give a rat's ass how smarmy you are. In fact, I prefer talking with people who are to the point. The girl in the witch hat might be easier for me to speak to, or the white-haired girl hiding behind you. Me? That's right, you Crimson Hurricane. That's Scarlet Whirlwind. Whatever. Braun waves one hand carelessly. This Carmine, what her face said that you're called Aki, is that right? Yes, I'm Aki. Good, I like that. A simple name, only a single syllable. That'll be nice, easy for me to remember. So Aki, are you looking to take on quests? Yes, that's right. Good. Now we're getting somewhere. What sort of quest are you interested in? I've not seen you around these parties before, so I presume you're looking for something easy. Maybe something aimed at beginners? You're underestimating us, my good miss. I'm not a beginner. I am very powerful mage who is capable of powerful magic, the likes of which you can only dream of. While raising an eyebrow, she doesn't look particularly impressed. Is that so? That is indeed so. I do not mean to boast, but I am rather talented. I graduated from the top of my class at Richie Lockham Academy. Then, blah, blah, blah. Braun rolls her eyes. I could care less about your backstory, little kitten. I'm asking about what sort of quest you want to take on. Do you think I can handle a masterclass quest as you are now? Little kitten! Mina scowls while Scarlet nickers. I resent being called that. I did not study tirelessly so much, so my achievements could be undermined. Then you had to prove yourself by taking on one of my hardest quests. I would love to. Mina casts a glance at me, then sighs. But Aki is still convinced when it comes to the heart of war. Perhaps a beginner quest would serve us well for starters, and I still need to wait for my mana to recover. I see. So you're all bark, no bite, is it? I should have known. You midgets are all the same, especially the stuck-up ones. I am not stuck up for no good reason. You know, I really am strong, very strong. One of these days I'll make you eat those words. Sure. And pigs can fly. Now then, look for beginner's quest. I have a couple which might fit for the business. Oh, do we get to choose? Naturally, it's your life. Now, either try and eradicate a pack of pixies, which may cause chaos with the trading routes, or you can go after the tribe and true common slimes. Which will it be? Slimes and pixies, huh? Those are pretty weak monsters. Can we fight them both, Mina? If our party was stronger than Yaz, drop it. Aki is still a beginner with a sword, however, I do not think much of your abilities either. Huh? What's wrong with my abilities? You were covered in slimes when I first saw you. Did not make for the best first impression. Well, they all ganged up on me. They were fighting fair. Monsters really do. If you expect them to be respectful, then that would be your own doing. That would go without saying, really. Mina sighs and shakes her head. Now, Aki, you have the least experience, so I'll have this decision up to you. Would you rather fight slimes or pixies? What's the difference between them? Well, I know that's an easy question. I can tell you all about it. Beans probably her chest puffed out. Slimes are pretty durable because it's pretty hard to land it if you blows on their oozy slime buddies, but they're very weak. They don't have any magical energy, and their physical attacks hardly hurt at all. They take a lot of stamina to defeat, but they don't pose much of a threat. Pixies, meanwhile, are very fragile. A single blow will be enough to take them down in most cases, but they're agile and they know a lot of magic. If you're not prepared, their spell can addle you. They're probably more formidable, unless you're able to take them down quickly, that is. Which would you rather go after? Now that's a good question. Which would I like to go after? I mean, we already know about the slimes, but I see. So your minds are made up, aren't they? If that's what Aki wants to do, then I have no objections. She is the one who needs to be experienced the most after all. Same here. I would suggest the same thing myself. Very well. I'll put your names down for this quest. I expect to see you back here in half an hour. Braun smiles at Mina unpleasantly. No, given this cackerel here, maybe you'll only take 10 minutes. I'd love to see that. Why do I get the feeling that you're making fun of me? I don't know. You're a witch, so it must go with the territory. I've heard you mages are all paranoid and untrusting. I've heard that too, which is arguably popular. You hardly need to tell me that. I have heard it all before. You are mistaken, however. If you think that your childish insults can upset me, I am more than a match for these monsters. I'll defeat every single one of them. Then you will rule the day that you ever judge me. Alright, let's see what you got. A little while later, it feels kind of nice being out in the open. It's a pretty pleasant day, wouldn't you agree? It is quite nice, yes. I walk through the forest alongside Scarlet and Mina, my hands resting on the hilt of my new sword. I'm anxious about our upcoming fight, but Scarlet is right about one thing. The weather really is nice. It's bright and sunny. The light filters down through the leaves overhead so it adopts the greenish hue like all fluorinated cold. When I inhale like the snow, looking above me, earthly scent in the back of my nose. The snow is unfamiliar to me only a day ago. I've never been to the countryside before. Never knew how pretty the natural world is. The smell and size might be commonplace. People living in all the way out say I'm worried, but it's still new to me. I can't help but feel a stirring of delight as I look around my surroundings. Might not be in Tokyo anymore, but maybe that's not such a bad thing after all. Walking through the woods would be a nice break for me. Working through battles with the Asian decidedly outdated PC in our office. If nothing else, I'm trying to see the side of all of this. Maybe Scarlet Optimism is rubbing off on me. But alright, we need to tread carefully. If we venture much deeper into the woods, we will still start encountering monsters. I don't want either of you to getting hurt. That would rather defeat the purpose when we are supposed to be defeating these creatures. It would be embarrassing if we were defeated in turn, especially after everything I told Braun. It's hard to relax and enjoy the natural world around me when I'm supposed to be beating up a bunch of monsters. I've been trying to put that part of our excursion from my mind, but I can't keep acting dumb. This is the main reason why Mina took me to buy a sword. It isn't a prop. She expects me to actually use it and to be more brutal about it, I suppose, than I was with my kendo sword. Back during my kendo days, I never actually cut anybody down. I never had to. Kendo's a sport, not a life or death situation. Kendo shouldn't be practiced with the intention of causing others harm. The thought of using accumulated sword skills to actually hurt others is unnerving. Even if the things I'm supposed to be hunting are monsters, it doesn't sit right with me. But maybe I'm too soft-hearted. Scarlet must see me victory because she smiles. Hey, try not to fret too much, Aki. I'm sure we'll do fine. Do you really think so? Well, of course we will. How could we fail? This is the beginner's quest, and we mean it. Minas have a bunch of experience. I don't know how tough Mina is, but I can eat slimes and pigs for breakfast. You eat slimes and pigs for breakfast? Is this something people do in the Anthem? I assume the diets here weren't too similar to what I ate back at home, minus all the keeping it ready meals, of course, which you can't get around here, but not. I'm starting to wonder about this way. No, not really. I think slimes will be a little too slimy, to eat, and pixies are teeny tiny. They're like this big. There wouldn't be any meat on them. And I bet they'll be full of tiny bones too. I think I'll stick with the meat pies from the local bakery. Oh right, I see. Well, that's a relief. Alright, to focus. Cannot afford to get distracted by main conversation. It won't be long. I'm sure before enemies make themselves known. We need to be on our guard. Alright, here we go. Beneath my sword, the mortal loop is blazing between summers and sun. I'll do my best. Yes, you do that. So I'll try our darkest out here. If we fight alone, we might have some difficulty. But together, I don't think we should have any issues taking down these peaceful creatures. Make them rule the day, and it is our to fight us. You say that, but are we the ones made their home to protect them? I feel like we're the ones made the fight here. Well, yeah, but monsters cause all sort of havoc if left unchecked. That's why local guilds are always looking for heroes to give them beating. You wouldn't want them attacking the travelers, would you? I suppose not. Then it's our duty to thin them out. It's our greater good. But you agree with me, don't you, Mina? Naturally, I am not bleeding on the topic. I have no fondness for any monsters which would disturb the peace. I would like to take them down myself if I could, but I do not think I'll be able to contribute much when it comes to the offense. I'm still running low on mana. However, Mina holds one hand. Her eyes narrow with concentration. Her long, dark hair fluttering behind her in the breeze. I can provide some backup. I don't mind topping off your health with a few healing spells from afar, but do try not to get injured too much. I cannot afford to waste my magic to serve willy-nilly. Do not make me expend too much of my power. Right. I frown. Mina has come out and said directly, but I'm not stupid. I can read between the lines, and I know what she's really implying by that. what she actually saying in veiled terms is, don't screw up. It might sound like she's giving Scarlet and me advice, but she's actually threatening us. This threat is much more pertinent to me, however, than it is to my Fox-Spear companion. And Mina has to use even more of her magical energy, I'll deplete her mana full further still. That will make it even longer for her magical energy. Send me back home. I cannot afford to get sloppy. I want to return to Tokyo as soon as possible so I can return to my average, understood, but decidedly more secure life. I don't like the idea of fighting monsters, but I don't like having to worry about my welfare. That means I need to work hard. It's time to stop kidding around. I'm in the fantasy world with monsters and it's my job to defeat them all. I'm going to do my very best. I want to be the very best that no one's ever was. I meant to do my very best today, but I did pretty good. That was the general idea at least. So how did it come to this? I'm lying on the grass out of breath and this is embarrassing, I don't want to say it, but right now I'm lying on the grass with my chest pressed against the ground and rear in the air. The three of us are eventually able to defeat our enemies, though not without a fair amount of trouble. When we finally return to the guild, looking rather bedraggled, the guild mistress frowns. Yeah, she was not even impressed. Well, the three of you look like you were dragged through the hedge backwards. There are leaves in your hair and you were all covered in dirt. What in the blazes happened? I thought you said you were a powerful witch. Well, the thing is, I am a powerful witch. I graduated at the top of my class. Oh, there she goes with this again. Now she's going to say this stuff. Even I had the privilege of being able to address as an equal. When it comes to witches, you will find it no fear. The high priest, you say. The guild mistress looks me up and down. Then her upper lip curls. Well, I believe that you're able to complete a beginner's quest in another half an hour. Do you know how long you were gone? I think it might have been a couple of hours, maybe. Exactly. Ron shoots me with a withering look. If you are as talented as you say, Missy, then wipe out those monsters. Should have only taken you 5 minutes for that. There's certainly no way you could have been true. You're lying for your team. No, I'm not. I really am. Spare me. I don't care who you are or where you come from. It's fine by me if you want to dress up as a witch to play at being a magical girl, but the quests I give out aren't fun and games. You need to start taking them seriously. Otherwise, you'll get injured. Do you understand that? Mina opens her mouth and closes it. She grits her teeth together, then her cat downcast. Her hands, which are hanging limply at her sides, curl into fists. Then, in a tight, quiet voice, she mumbles, I understand. I'm glad you're not a complete dunce at least. Now, where's the money I owe you? Now, here's the money I owe you for successfully completing that last quest. Though calling that successful might be a bit of a stretch. Braun snickers as she hands me a pouch of coins. I expect Mina, who's pretty fastidious, to append the pouch onto the counter to check if Braun has given us exactly the right amount of money for our labor, but she doesn't. Instead, Mina snatches the pouch and zooms off. Her expression is thunderous. She marches towards the exit and leaves, slamming the door shut in her wake. After Mina's departure, the silence is thunderous. I look at Scarlet. Scarlet looks back at me. Then we hurry off after her, both calling her name. Hey Mina, wait. Hold your horses, partner. What's the hurry? Don't you want to take a look at any of the other quests? Mina doesn't reply, not immediately at least. She stands outside the guild, her back facing us. I can't see her expression, but I can see her shoulders are shaking. Mina inhales deeply, then a voice wavering with emotion she cries, damn it all. Mina, are you alright? What do you think, Aki? Mina does turn around at my query to glare at me. Her face is contorted with anger, but her green eyes are sparkling. It couldn't be. She isn't going to cry, is she? Well, I can't help but feel guilty. I hope this is my fault. If she's upset because I'm such an awful fighter, if that's the case, then I need to work harder. I have worked so hard for my Priya's sake. Everything I'm doing is to save her, and for what? Like, so that uneducated fishwife can insult me and doubt my prowess? I think not. I have never been more insulted before. I will not stand for it. Mina slams one foot on the ground as she says, the sound of her soul hitting the ground reverberates through the street, which could cause a few passersby to look at us. My face is with an embarrassment while Scarlet frowns. Hey, it's alright. It doesn't matter that Braun thinks of us. You know that we're a powerful witch, and that's plenty. You should have to worry about her approval. Yes, that's right. You're very strong, Mina. Don't let her words upset you. I am not upset by her words. Then what? I am upset by this whole situation. I am upset that Luda was kidnapped. I am upset that I still have a nary clue as to her location, and I am upset that I have been saddled with a weak party which cannot defeat the weakest of monsters. If we were having this much trouble already, it does not bode well for me for when we finally do locate Mina. If we locate her at all, I am trying to be optimistic, but it's really hard. I cannot help but worry if I ever see her again. Mina's voice trails off as she inhales, but that is the talk of a loser. And I am not a loser. I will not give up on my Prius. I will find her, I swear on all my life. We just need to work harder. Well, of course, I'm always down for some good old-fashioned hard work. Just say the word and I'll race into the right fight with my halberd. Me too. I find little is very important to you, Mina, so I'll keep trying. We're a team after all, so we have to look out for one another. I was hoping Mina might look reassured by remark, but that doesn't seem to be the case. Her expression hasn't relaxed at all. Her lips curls. She looks away. Then she scowls, saying, well, whatever, I would not put too much of my faith in the pair of you. In the end, the only person I can rely on is myself. Time begins to pass after Mina's declaration that simply needs to work harder as it always does. 1 week goes by in a flurry of action, then another, but before I know it, I've been in an anthem for a whole fortnight. During this fortnight, my party, spearheaded by Mina, takes on numerous quests at the local guild. I think she's hoping by exposing the three of us to continue, our skills will eventually improve. Mina still has no clue as to who's been at Luna, but seems convinced that they must found Luna to be powerful and consumption which is fair given they were able to bypass numerous regards to missing America. If we have any hope of retrieving the missing Prius, we need to get much stronger. I know that this is important. I even go as far to call it imperative. I want to get better at my own swordplay skills too, if only Mina won't reassure Mina. Oh, for goodness sake! I cannot believe it is still taking you so many blows to take down simple slimes, Aki. What is wrong with you? But my best efforts don't seem to be enough. I am working hard, and really, I am, but I am not made of much progress. In fact, I'm not sure if I made any progress. 1 fortnight in, and I'm still struggling to take down simplest of enemies. Bro, that's just like one of my friends. We got on Fortnite, tried to take down enemy, but he dies every time. Slime shouldn't pose you with this many problems. They're weak enemies, even beginners ought to be able to best. Why is this so difficult for you, Aki? Don't tell me that this sword of yours is just for show. Well, it's just... I look at the ground, my lower lip trembling. It feels an awful lot like I'm back in the office being chewed out from my boss over some minor photocopy problem. I thought I'd be able to get away from all this after coming to the end, but it feels like nothing changed at all. This is so embarrassing. I did my best, but if that is your best, then I'm beginning to despair of you. I thought you said you had some experience with using a sword. I do, but then why are your blows like straight? It's almost like you don't want to defeat the enemies. Don't tell me you are not taking this seriously. People's life can be online while you are all dilly-dallying with all these slimes. No, that isn't it. I am taking this seriously. It's just a sport. You aren't supposed to actually hurt your opponent during it. Doing this is considered bad form actually. What is the point, I must ask, in learning a style of swordplay where you aren't supposed to defeat your enemy? What is practical purpose does it serve? It's a good exercise. It helps you keep you limber. Well, I'll concede to you on that point at least. I do not know very much about swordplay. I find all physical fight styles rather unpalatable, but you seem to be quite fast on your feet. Your reflexes are not bad either, but your raw strength is abysmal. It is like you are not taking this seriously. That isn't true. I am trying. Really. It is just, well, just try. We'll try harder than otherwise. We shall not make any progress. Well, it's pretty much you gotta work smarter, not just too harder. But hey, Mina, try and calm down. Why don't you? Sure, it took us a little while to take down those lies, but we still did in the end. Aki was able to score a lot of clean hits. Her precision is nothing to sneeze at it, even if she is lacking in strength. I think you should try to be a bit nicer to her. I cut some slack, don't you? Why don't you? Cut her some slack. Mina rounds along Scarlet, her tail twitching in anger. How could I cut her some slack when I'm sick and worried about my poor Prius? I have no idea what's happening to her right now. I have no idea where she is, or whatever she's hurt. She could be in great danger for all I know, which is all the more reason to look after her. I need to find her, but I cannot do that with the two of you. You are much more too cautious, Aki. You, Mina glows at Scarlet, are much too reckless to dive into without thinking that you get hit by attacks you really ought to be able to dodge. You always are getting to scrapes. So I have to keep wasting my reserve of magical energy on healing you. It's so tedious. Well, guilty as charged, I guess. You are both guilty. You're guilty of being terrible team members. This is all hopeless. We are hopeless. It started to feel like I'll never be able to rescue my Prius. We're all losers. Hey, Mina. Scarlet's eyes soften in concern. Alarmed, she hurries over to Mina's side. She winds her arms around Mina's waist, perhaps in an attempt to calm her down, and says, "Try not to worry too much, alright? Everything will be alright. I know things might not look too hot at the moment, but I'm sure it'll all work out in the end." Oh? Mina inhales sharply. Her shoulders look intense, and her eyes are narrow. Her hands, meanwhile, are clenched into fists. She takes a deep breath, her chest expanding beneath her telly-flip outfit. In a quiet voice, which contrasts her earlier outburst, she says, "Where might I ask? Are you getting this quite frankly ill-deserved confidence from? What makes you think that everything will work out in the end?" Well, that's obvious because you have just a noble soul, of course. Noble soul? That's right, I can tell you you're an ally of justice, one who will do anything to protect other people. You only decided to put up a party together, didn't you? So you could rescue your Prius? That speaks volume about your character. I think that you're a very admirable person. You're a hard worker and you have a gentle, sensitive spirit. You're so sensitive that in fact it's great on you when things don't quite go your way. But I think that the world is a fair place and kind of people like you are always rewarding people with their hard work. That's just how things go, and try to keep pushing them out. No matter how bleak things might look at the moment, you just need to preserve. If you can't trust in yourself and us too and your teammates, then everything will be fine. I'm sure of it. Nita falls apart for a few moments, her lips pressed together. Is she actually taking Scarlet's words to heart? Started to think that everything might be okay, but... Oh, please. Mina pushes Scarlet away from her instead, using much force of Scarlet's teeters, and her face tight and contorted with fervor. She yells, "Things will not be alright. How can they be when our party is a disaster? I am doing the best I can, my limited serve, reserves of mana notwithstanding, but you two do not seem to be trying at all. You have been treating this all like some big game, Scarlet, and you," Mina's glowed at me, her nostrils flaring, "have been useless." Useless? Yes, that's right, you heard me. You struggle to defeat even the weakest of monsters in every single battle in Ether, or where Scarlet has to bail you out. You are supposed to be helping me find little, but at present, I doubt that you could find your way out of a paper bag. I have no idea why I thought you would be a worthwhile party member. You're useless. This all has been a disaster. I suppose it's true after all what they say. If you want something done right, you really should do it yourself. I think I should have. I think that I would have saved me a lot of hassle. What do you mean, Mina? You can't be planning to find it yourself, can you? Yes, that's exactly what I mean to do. I can tell that I am just wasting my life with the pair of you. I want nothing to do with either of you any longer. I've had it. Hey, Mina, wait a minute. So how is she supposed to get back to Tokyo? Like, you summoned her here, and now it's just, damn, that's crazy. Now she's stuck, and you wasted most of your energy for this. Scarlet calls out after helping Kakeru companion, but to little avail. That is very sad. Like you had enough. You tried hard, and then you had enough of her, and now you just let her be stranded in this world of this place. That's ridiculous. But anyways, everyone, that is the end of today's video. Like the video if you like it, dislike if you dislike, and subscribe to the channel if you guys are new. And I am out.